Isn't that cool? I found new things to play with. Woohoo! Lisa Fry, My Mystical Life. Here, let's do it again. Oh, the things we learn. you know, I'm really kind of having fun a little bit. We've been working on this new platform, which is just been a challenge. And poor Sam has been like, Lisa, you just gotta stop stressing, because I do tend to stress out over things. I can't help it. You want to see it again? Let me do it again. But wait, there's more. Watch. The bottom third thingy over here, this thingy, watch, it transitions without me having to touch anything. I'm just like, look how much less I have to do. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm having fun with it. Mm. Let me move my screen here because my thingy's loose. Okay. Hi, everybody. Lisa Fry, My Mystical Life. It's been a day so far. It is only 2:15 here. And I have been up since 5:30 this morning working. So I just am like geared up, and I've had like 12 cups of coffee. I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. I've had 3 cups of coffee. It's no big deal. So I have been playing, trying to figure this stuff out, and just little tweaks that are going here and there. So yeah, Jeff Harrison, I decided, because I'm in Hawaii, I decided not to move my hours and disrupt my schedule. So I start working at 7 in the morning and I'm done by noon, which is really actually cool, because normally I work from 12 to 5 over when we're in Oklahoma or wherever we happen to be at any given moment. But here we are right now. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Sita Ward, you were on my mind earlier today. It's like, I haven't seen Sita. I haven't seen her. I was thinking about you. So yeah, I'm working on some new stuff. Anyhow, everybody take a minute and breathe. We've been talking about the importance of breathing on your spiritual journey. It was our class this past week. And I'm thinking that a lot of the people that were in the class were kind of going, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how important it is. The things we start with are journaling, and then we move on to breathing, and then we go to grounding center, and then protecting. So we start really slow with our classes, but these aspects of our spirituality are so, so important. Jill, you're very, very welcome. You're very welcome. I hope it's helpful. Very, very well. There's Sam. Everybody say hi to Sam. Hey, Sam, honey. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Isn't it cool? It does not take much to amuse me, you guys. Honestly, it doesn't. It's like, look, a new toy. What is that? Oh, piece of candy. Oh, piece of candy. Okay. Yeah. So anyhow, so this little thing down here moves now, and I don't have to do that, which is really important. So it cycles through with, I know, I'm like figuring shit out. It cycles through with our links, but I'm going to put a link right here for you guys. If you not, no, you all should be able to see it. Okay, this link right here is going to take you someplace really cool. It is called our one of our landing pages that we're working on. Hi, Renee. Welcome for your first time. I hope I'm not a little too for you. This that I just put on here, this link, it's working towards Facebook, and I don't see it actually heading to Facebook. It says internal error. So let me see if I can do that again. There we go. Okay. If you click on that and you're not in the um, queue yet for being on the new newsletter we have coming out and stuff like that, you can't see other comments because you're on YouTube. It's because you're on YouTube. Yeah. You can see YouTube comments, but to see other comments, you have to be on Facebook. I took the other comment section off of the thing because it slowed the computer down. Um, so anyways, the link that I put up there will take you directly to, I retaped the shamanic journey class. So you go over there, you join up on our community, and you get to see the free shamanic journey class. Now here's what happened. Here's what happened. So I went yesterday and I was going to transfer all these little videos that were from shamanism, the shamanic journey, over to our new site. And I started watching them. And Sam and I were discussing this last night. I was watching them and I realized that those are 2 years ago, and I have changed so much in 2 years that it's staggering. Like, I was watching them going, I'm so stuffy and so this is the way we're going to do this. And now I'm like, if I've got makeup on, you guys are lucky. Not really, but I realized that I didn't have the flow that I have now, and I staccatoed that whole thing up and made it a little bit harder to get to the end of. So what I did yesterday is I sat down and I thought, I'm going to do this over, and I retaped the whole thing. So if you struggle, hi Anna, if you struggle with meditation, if you struggle with connection with your guides, I want you to think of it less as a struggle and more of a learning process, because they are all available for us to communicate with. And if we say, I can't meditate, I can't connect with my guides, then what we're doing is building a wall between what we think we can do and what we want to do. So what I did was I went in and I taped this thing, and you kind of have to watch it because it is hysterical. It is hysterical. I'm sorry, there's bloopers and outtakes that I did not remove. I just didn't take them out because I thought, you know what? This is how my lives go. Stuff happens all the time in my lives, and I go, what in the world? And I just have to roll with the punches. So as I was recording this, someone called me, and that's what happened. She tried to video chat me, and I was like, couldn't figure out how to turn the phone off. And I'm thinking, I'm recording. This is going to ruin the recording. Then I thought, we all have a sense of humor. So it is a much more digestible, much easier to watch version of how to get into shamanic journey, why it's important, and how it's been part of our cultural learning across the globe. So follow the link. It'll take you directly there. It will give you the new link to the shamanic journey, and I hope you enjoy it, because boy, I hope you laugh through it like I did. It's like, eh. Now, classes, of course, are going to be a little bit more structured that we're recording, but she's so excited. This is just me today. It's just me today. I can't help it. I don't know, poor Sam, when he gets home from work, he's all tired and all that, and I'm just like, what are we doing? Anyhow. Honestly. Okay. There we go. Actually, what it is I'm really excited that I've learned a little bit of automation. And each day we go by, we're working on this this new platform. We're learning more about automation and learning how to integrate things so that it's easier for people to access. And that's what this is all about, is easier for people to access. And I'm really, it's important. It's important. We are all busy. So what I'm going to do really quickly. Oh, I see Renee has something. Okay, I don't want to lose that. But I'm going to share really quickly because sharing is caring. If everybody could share one time, that would be fabulous. And then we're going to get into some comments and some reading. And we're going to talk today a little bit about what are blockages, how we create blockages, and what real healing looks like, what real progress on our soul journey looks like. We're going to do a little bit more talking today about a couple different things. So I just bear with me for 1 second as I make sure I do my thing here and share out. Don't share out too much because then you get put into share jail. We don't want that. There is an algorithm, you guys. The algorithm is don't share more than 5 things within 2.5 minutes. That's the Facebook algorithm. So don't get put in Facebook jail. I learned that a long time ago. Why? Because I've been put in Facebook jail, but whatever. Okay, that's all I'm sharing. Anyhow, I want to read this real quick. It says, Renee Lloyd says, my guides, I realize now, have been slowly building me in. Looking back is easy to see that now. The latest gift they showed me is I'm able to see spirits. Freaked me out initially as I was in the bath when it happened, right? That would do it. But bit by bit, they've been helping me along. All you need to do is ask and trust. Absolutely. When we learn that there really isn't anything out there to be too terribly afraid of, anything that is, I look at it this way. We have elementals, which can be, creepy feeling. But most of the time when we have energies that we're working with, they're either guides, ascended masters, angels, extraterrestrials, or stuck individuals that they feel lower vibrating because they have lost their way. They forgot what they're doing. And the degree of loss of self for them is how long it's greatly influenced by how long they've been stuck. So instead of looking at energies that you may feel are attaching to people and being angry at that, use compassion and reach out and be like, how can I help you? Can I help you heal and transition to the other side? All these things, living in compassion with realization that there's so much more that we can access and is available to us, and learning to cycle in that energy, boy, do we really take off spiritually. It's amazing. It's amazing. I kind of have a headache. I've been getting a headache getting on here lately, and I'm picking up people's stuff. I grew up always saying I can't, and now I regret it because it caused me to lose out a lot in life. But here's the thing, Patricia, now you know. Now you know. We manifest everything in our life. We do. Everything. Everything that we think is possible. All right, so what we're going to do is, I think I'm actually stuck. My thingy is stuck. It is a little bit. Okay. Bridging the gap between spirit and us. And you guys, if we are, hi everybody, if we are moving forward in life and manifesting what we want, there's no limit to this. A lot of people think that if you're going to manifest, what you're going to manifest is things. And I'm here to tell you that the things that you can manifest are so beyond that, often to greater connection, deeper meditation. Live in the joy of the end result of that, and you will be surprised where that carries you. And I love that because I'm very much like, who said that? Oh, Patricia. I grew up saying I can't. I actually, when I was in middle school, I was actually put into counseling because I started almost every sentence with, I could kill myself because I am bad at XYZ. And goodness knows where I got it from, but it was something I said it constantly. Can you imagine how disturbing that was for adults to hear a student in middle school say something like that? I can see where that could have taken me down a horrible, horrible path. But I did have a teacher or two that really gave a crap and took it to my parents. But we do manifest what we think. And at that time in my life, middle school sucks. I mean, middle school is horrible. And we had a lot of stuff going on. So, but I had people that turned my thought process around, and not to 100, not to 100% where I was like, oh, I'm glorious. Not like that, but at least I thought better of myself than I did at that time in my life. So, as we move forward on our journey, we start to see patterns of, if I had gone that way, what an alternate life that would have been. If I had been the cool kid in school, what an alternate life that would have been. I was not the cool kid in school. I didn't say that. Not at all. A habit phrase. It was a habit phrase. It was horrible. It was a horrible, horrible habit phrase. Terrible. All right. So, where's everybody? What's the time for everybody? I know that here it is 2:30, so it is, yeah, feeling of unworthiness, trying to overcompensate. Definitely. I could not tell you how happy I am to be where I'm at in my life, though, at this point. It is amazing. Yeah. You taught middle school for 18 years, and oh my gosh, you know, too much emotional turmoil. Too much emotional turmoil. 7:30 Central, that's not bad. Yeah, it's not cool. I didn't like middle school at all. So, 8:30 in Ohio. We're at in Ohio, Heidi. 7:30 Central. All right. I'm trying to get on when it's a decent time for everybody, because if I wait till 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock when Sam's home, then it is 11 o'clock for you guys. And as much as I love having Sam online with me, it is difficult because he gets off and he's not home till almost 5 o'clock, you know. And I do love having him on. I believe I have Sam talked into, I'm wondering if I can get Sam to start offering healing sessions. And if he's on here watching, he's probably like, what the hell are you doing? But Sam is an incredible healer. He has just, I have to really seriously ask him to pull back on energy every once in a while when he's doing healing sessions, because he is just that profound of a healer. So I think we're actually going to start offering energetic healing sessions on My Mystical Life. And I have not been, Arkansas, I have not been offering actual energetic healing sessions, and I didn't realize that until the other day. And him and I were talking, and I think this is going to be something that he's going to fill a niche in. Brittany Crow says, middle school and high school are a blur. I suffered with depression since I was probably 5, so I pretty much blocked out most of those years. Brittany Crow, you are in good company, my darling. If it wasn't for my best friend, I would have huge gaps in mine as well. So depression is a big thing when we're going through middle school and high school sometimes. It just, and we have self-defense mechanisms that we drop that stuff right out. So let's see. Please go watch the re-recorded Shamanic Journey course. It's a thing, guys. It really is funny. Okay, so let's do some reading. I have been taken off of suspension suddenly. I'm just sitting here going, let's do some readings, and they're like, let's use cards. I wish my guides would make up mind, because I haven't used my cards in, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, maybe, because my guide said I needed to take a break. So I took a break, and now we have cards back out. So let's go ahead and do some cards. And I'm going to mostly start out with just psychic information for people that are on here. If everybody could share one time, that'd be fabulous. That'd be great. That'd be great. Okay. Middle school is a nightmare. It could be that hormone busting out, it really is. It really is a nightmare. Hey, Erin, You don't have to worry about getting busted by the link police, you guys. Oh well, they can direct click it, but my links are actually showing up on a slideshow on the screen now. So yay! Okay, let's start. Let's start. If everybody could share one time to a group, that'd be great. Let's start with Julie Christian. Julie Christian, I want to talk about something that you're actually hearing. It's an auditory thing. I don't know if you're talking to yourself or if you have somebody saying things to you that really, like, it's just so funny. You have a guide that says, it's not cricket. It's not cricket. You have an English guide, obviously. Not cricket is not in my vocabulary. I know that for certain. You have a male guide, English, very almost very British, very cultured, and it's almost as if there's something that somebody's saying to you that is not within what would be acceptable social parameters for this person. It's almost as if they're going, they shouldn't be saying that. It's not polite. It's not polite. So it's something that's not polite. I have no idea what this person is talking about, but the guy's name is Edward, and he is a guide for you. I know now I'm going to get an onslaught of people going, I want to know who my guide is. And I got to tell you guys, it's very, very rare to have a guide step to the front like this and say, for me personally, not for everybody, but for me personally, to be like, hey, this is my name, because I don't ask a lot of names of guides, because the one time I did ask when I first started, they went, well, I will give you a name, not exactly my name, but a name. So I quit asking, and they have to volunteer the information. So you have an Edward, and he wears very dark pants. I actually feel like he feels like butler. He feels like a very, very prim, proper, make sure everything is in its place. Something gets out of place, there seems to be a disruption in the force kind of thing. And his name is Edward, and he's very British, very, very British. And he talks about it being cricket. Something's not cricket. So make sure that if somebody's talking to you and it's not correct, and it's not what you should be hearing that's going to benefit you, then they have no lines in this play at that point. They need to be quiet. Okay. They have no lines in this play. You want to piss somebody off, you tell them, I'm sorry, you need to stop talking. You have no lines in this play. My husband gets really upset. No sense of humor. Okay. Moving on. All right. Sherry Luce. Sherry, I would love for you to take a few minutes to yourself. Even if it's just close the bathroom door and lock it and don't let anybody in. You need to do some breathing. Release some anxiety. You're holding some anxiety right here in your chest. It's like revolving right here within your heart chakra. Not that there's a glitch or anything, but it just feels like you're holding on to some things that you need to let go of. And I almost feel like this actually might have to do with somebody that has passed away, that there's something that needs to be released, whether there was an anger issue or somebody was mad at somebody that passed away, maybe there were bad words or whatever. But I get the mediumship feeling to this as well, where I put mediumship over here and psychic work over here and segmented, and I feel this mediumship push over here where they're like, as we talk about cutting and releasing stuff from the heart chakra, it would have been from somebody that passed away. So I hope that helps. It's time to let some stuff go. Moving on. Let's go with Brittany Crow. What is that? Brittany, I want to talk about surges of energy for you. I want to talk, and I'm sitting here with my cards. You notice I'm not using them. I want to talk about surges of energy. I'm getting this like back flush, actually, because your energy should be coming down like this, but I get this back flush of energy coming up here. So I don't know if you have caused some, and this is the feeling I get, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a pendulum. Oh, I understand. So they're talking about, they're actually talking about theta brain waves, and they're talking about, what the heck was that? Self-limiting belief systems. and then it stops, and then it stops. It's almost as if this pendulum just stops, and it's like waiting for the next segment to come up. So I feel like you've broken some chains. We all fell upside down. What? I feel like you've broken some kind of link or chain or whatever, and you're waiting for the new things to pop up. So I feel like you have some new stuff coming, but you need to get some energy flow going correctly. So visualize energy coming through the top, through the body, grounding out into the earth, and transmuting, and that's going to help break some stuff up. Okay, moving on, moving on. Linda Champagne. Linda, I want to ask, and I'm trying not to really, I don't try to ask any questions, but so I have this clicking over on my left side, which is my mediumship side. I feel a push over here, so I'm going to go with this right now. Normally, I don't try to mix psychic. There are two energies, or two different energies. But this is a person, I really pick up a male energy that had possibly hearing issues or hearing aids and had heart problems. Can you validate anybody that passed away that is male with hearing problem and heart issues? Probably military as well. I get this military songy sound. You can, okay. It's like very patriotic, very, they keep running songs. Shoot. I keep seeing green and hearing military stuff. So I don't know if it's military or I don't know, but I hear military stuff. So I just need you to know that this person's coming across to let you know that they're around. And that's so odd. I keep seeing a Jeep. I'm not quite sure what the Jeep is. I don't know if it was something that he might have had. It's old Jeep. And it's green. Can you validate your father being in the military? Because I keep seeing military stuff. This is absolutely for Linda Champagne. I'm waiting to see. There's a lag. I'm just waiting to see if her father was military, because I'm trying to piece together what I'm seeing here. I don't know why I'm hearing Elvis Presley as well. Oh, Korean War vet. Okay. Okay. All right. Army. I keep getting, and that makes total sense, because I'm seeing like the MASH scenes with that Jeep, that kind of thing. So that is just this person coming across to say, I'm with you, you're never alone. In total part of your soul circle, you guys, that when we have someone pass away and they're this close, they are definitely in our soul circle. But this person just wants you to know that when you feel something in the house has been moved, or if you feel a presence, or you just have a sudden thought of somebody, just know that this person is around. Everything looks different from the other side, and it's beautiful. And that's what he wants you to know. Everything looks a bit different from the other side, and it's beautiful, and there's love everywhere. I don't know what he's talking about. Hopefully he knows. Hopefully you know who he might have connected to on the other side that felt like he needed to be around. I hope that helps. I do have to tell you that anybody that watches me on a regular basis, he gave you an Elvis necklace. Okay. I'm like, why do I hear Elvis? I don't slip into mediumship very often. So when I do, it's because somebody was very persistent in their message and that they wanted to come across. So very, very good for you. Very good for you. He really wanted you to know. Okay. Because I was like, why do I keep seeing Elvis? I love Elvis. Not really spoken to him ever, but that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. So let me tell you guys, really quickly, I've been working on my trance mediumship, and I am bringing across somebody named Lythia of Delphi. It is spelled Lythia of Delphi. And I'll let you all do your searches there. And she told the most beautiful story, and it's about humanity at the moment. She told the story the other night, and it's on, we recorded it. So I have not been able to get it off the computer. The video is 34 gigs. Anyhow, a lot of mannerisms go with this, a lot of really weird things going on. So, but Sam recorded it. We're doing a video diary, him and I, of practicing this. And this woman came across, and she's going to be somebody that I'm focusing on bringing across right now, just one person. And I didn't expect her. I expected Ashtar, but this is what's happening. So this is what, but I'll tell you the story she told on this channeling session. It's about humanity right now. And I had to listen to it and go, what? And it's about a hunter. And this hunter is standing in a valley. And this is exactly what she said. Exactly what she said. And as I'm saying this, I can feel this energy with me as I'm saying this. Like, let's tell the story again. And this hunter is standing in a valley. And he pulls back. He walks up, and Lythia, I think it's that. So I got somebody new, and I know who it is, but okay, it is. I'll type it out here. Okay. And if anybody picks up on who they think it is, I will fill you in, but I know who it is. Anyhow, so she's talking about this hunter that's standing in a valley, and he can look down the valley, and it's absolutely beautiful, and it's between these two huge mountains, and the sun's setting. And I don't know why I do know why the sun's setting is important. And he sees a deer, big beautiful deer, and he pulls back his bow and his arrow, and he lets it go, and it sails, and it strikes the deer. And the deer runs for a while, and he chases the deer, and he finds, instead of the deer, that there is a beautiful woman on the ground, and she's hurt. So he picks her up. This is giving me a headache. He picks her up and takes her to his home and nurses her back to health, and falls in love with her. And when she's all better and she's well, she stands up and she leaves and disappears back out into nature. And so he leaves to find her, and he goes out into the woods. And then there's this man standing in a valley watching the sunset, and he sees a deer, and he pulls back his arrow, and he lets it fly, and it hits the deer, and the deer runs off, and he chases the deer, and what he finds is a woman, and he picks her up, and he takes her home, and he nurses her back to health. And when she's all better, he's fallen in love with her, she leaves again. And he does the whole thing over and over and over and over. And it's a cycle. And when I first listened to this, because I'm aware of what I'm saying at the time, and it's the weirdest feeling, you guys, it's the weirdest feeling to have words coming out of your mouth that are not yours. And when I was sitting back and I was listening to it, I'm like, well, I don't understand the story. But if you look at it as like this, Here's humanity stuck here in this valley. And ahead of us is this beautiful sunset that we would love to just incorporate ourselves into. Yet we can't get past our animalistic urges to take and be superior. And we take out the beautiful things. And then we go and we pick them up again and we love them and we make them better and we do the same damn thing over again. We are in a destructive cycle as humanity. And I was sitting there and when I had this aha moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's talking about humanity. She's not just telling a little story. She's talking about the cycle that humanity's in. And until we break this cycle, how screwed we are to continue pulling back the arrow, slinging it back out, going through the love and the heartache and all of it all over again. And I'm sitting there after I come out of this trance and I'm going, that is crazy. The other thing she has to say is that I'm difficult. You're right, Nancy. We can't get to the sunset because we cannot lay our humanity aside. It was so funny because I was internally, I'm trying to let go. I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to just let this energy come through and talk and all that. But then on the other side, I'm also sitting there, and this is how it goes, you guys. I mean, this is a practice. This is a practice. And I was sitting there internally going, okay, Moose Fraba, come on, Moose Fraba, just let this happen. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. And she goes, it's on the tape. She goes, boy, she can be difficult. Oh my God. Right? It was so funny. But Sam, it was over here on the couch asking me questions as I was going along. And it was really informative. Let go of the control. I was really working and struggling on it. So, and her telling you are difficult is something new. And Sam was probably like, whatever. But it was really interesting to sit there and have these words coming out of my mouth that were not mine. And it was what she really had to say when I sat back and I thought about it was, we are in that cycle. We are in that cycle. If you just look at any country in the world right now, we're in that cycle. So anyhow, moving on, but we are progressing with that. And it is interesting to say the least. Okay. And if you have questions about it, please ask me because I may not have the perfect answer, but I'm going to give you the answer that my guides want to come across because as I'm sitting there telling the story, I can actually feel this energy. Did anybody get anything close to who it is? There's a small variation. There's a very small variation on spelling. Hello, hello, hello. I'll type it again. A very small variation on spelling. I have not quite figured out the variation on spelling yet. I think I kind of have, but at this point, I'm just going with it. I'm going with it. Okay, moving on. We're going to move on. And if anybody has questions, feel free to ask them. Yes, Isis. Isis has it. Yep. I am totally aware of a past life. And do you guys know about the Oracle of Delphi? Do you know the story of the it's not even mythology, it is how they used the Oracle of Delphi and how many there were. So they call the Oracle of Delphi Pythia or Pythia. And actually, the Oracle of Delphi is many, many, many priestesses from the pantheons in Greek times. So the oracle was the oracle is somebody that was actually sat on a chair above or a pedestal above this crack in the earth that had fumes come up through, and they would throw herbs into this crevice, and the person that sat above it would get prophecies. They would get intuition, and things come forward. So what happened would they would last a very, very short amount of time. And then, of course, the fumes from the earth, I mean, who would know, would actually kill them. So they were prophesizing while they were alive, but they would start and they would do this later on in life, because these were experienced priestesses from the pantheons. And I am absolutely 100% aware of many lifetimes where I have been working in pantheons within Greek times, but my main one is with Athena. And that would have been the lifetime where I actually transitioned from the Parthenon over to that in a past life into Delphi. And I've been made aware of that by many readers, by several readers, and just Akashic record work. So when she came through, I was trying not to read into it at all. And I'm like, what? But it is just really quite amazing, quite amazing. All were called Pythia, yeah. Mm-hmm. They were all Pythia. Mm-hmm. Kept yourself out of the question. I'm so excited you studied mythology. I did not. And I've been torn over a couple different things. Is this more of a I don't know. I just don't know. I'm just working with it. Okay, let's move on. So we are working on that. We have new stuff coming in, and it's interesting. It's interesting. And when I'm more comfortable and I have videos that are not 34 gigabytes, I'll share some video on YouTube. I will. Okay. I wonder if my husband ever messaged me. Okay, let's do this. And trust me, you guys, if somebody had told me I would be talking like this 10 years ago, I'd have been like, you are batshit crazy. But now I'm the one, so that's okay. That's okay. All right. Moving on. New stuff is always exciting. Okay. Let's go with wow, mediumship just wants to come across today. Leslie Mason, I need to tell you that whatever it is you're doing, Archangel Michael is like covering your back in a big way. As soon as I scrolled over your picture, I mean, my lip lit up. And as a matter of fact, also Ezekiel, Archangel Ezekiel is there as well. He brings in new energies and healing and energy flow. And then Michael is the protector. So you have those two things going for you at the moment. Moving on. Oh, here, let me put this link in here. This, you guys, is to the hilarious new shamanic journey technique. It's not even a new technique. It's the new video. I watched the old video and realized that I was stuffy and hard to watch. And so I redid a new one, and it is just go with it. Just go with it. That's all I can say. And don't be difficult. Don't be difficult. That's so funny. I do tend to be a little difficult at times. Okay, so let's see. That will join you to our newsletter, you guys, which I swear I'm not spamming everybody. You might get something once a month, But I have seen what Sam's gift is for the giveaway for the membership thingy, and I'm super jealous. Yep. Let's go with Carla Ramos Rabach. Rabach. There is something in your life that you're extremely guided on. It may not even feel perfect. And I need you to know that sometimes, you guys, when we have something that is going exactly to soul plan, it may not feel perfect. It may feel like a train wreck. It may feel like a shit show. But it's about the lessons within there that we're learning. And at this moment, you are totally guided on something in your life that is perfect. And you're going in the right direction. You're learning lessons. They may be hard lessons, but they're laid there for you, not to be against you, but to be for you. And your hand is held all the way through this. You actually have a very young guide that, what is it with the guides today? That wants to let you know that they're hanging out. She kind of that's not cool. She kind of reminds me of an older generation that has passed away young. And the reason I say that is she looks very much like one of those creepy little twin girls in The Shining. She comes across as very prim and proper in a little dress with a big bow. And I feel like there's a photo of this person somewhere in the family album that is just creepy. I mean, now that you look at it and you look back and you go, oh, it's creepy. If you find the photo, you're gonna, that's the person. But I feel like they passed away from some sort of illness that just kind of ran through and was shocking. You're going to have to ask back a little bit if this is something you want to research and within your family, because I feel like it's somebody would have been within your family. But this person actually holds your hand quite often. So if you ever feel like a brush on your hand or a brush on your face, that's this guide. That's this guide. I don't know, but you're doing something right. You're doing something right. Edward is very correct in what you described. Mm-hmm. Yeah, growth is sometimes uncomfortable. We can't have perfection. And how old is she? At the time that I see this image, at the time I see this age frame of the guide, I'm going to say 10 to 12, 8 to 12, somewhere in there. It's not it's not a teenager yet. This person's not a teenager yet. I almost feel like it would be an aunt or a great cousin or a cousin or something along those lines. It's just distant, a little bit further back, a little bit further back. Okay. All right, moving on. Your life is a train wreck, but you love the guides and angels. Hey, train wrecks suck, but boy, I bet you're learning a lot of stuff. It does suck, I get it. Okay. Okay, Lisa Gomez. If everybody could share one time, that would be fabulous. And for those of you that didn't get to see it earlier, I'm going to do it again. Look for my mystical life. It does not take much to amuse me. I'm supposed to point you 2 cards, Lisa. And I can feel you. I can feel you. I can feel, it's like a catch in my throat. Emotional up one day, down the next. A little bit kind of like a roller coaster-y thing going on for you. Card 1 and card 2. I love these cards. They're perfect, always, because they're talking about dignity going forward and knowing that what you're going through. And I mean, I can read it too if you want me to. I take pride in yourself and all that you have become. Feel honored by your choices, achievements, and actions, because everything that you do in this life and everything that you are is because of the work and effort you've put into it. Don't let other people's opinions or other things that happen in life change what has happened for you. because of you. Everything happens for a reason, not just to us, but to other people, and you can't take that so internal. And the other one is, it's because it's about your journey. I mean, look at how close in relationship those two cards are, on how far you have come, not what other people say you've done or if other people feel like you've done, but it's what you've done for you and your family to bring yourself forward rather than revolve in old patterns of anger and issues. Because you, my dear, are divine. There we go. I said it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, like you just want to cry and scream out. What did I kapow? What did I kapow? Oh, I did. Pow. I'm having fun with them, and I need a new logo because Sam is going to be working with me so much more online. And obviously not right now because he is getting off work later and it's later for you guys at that point then too. But once we get back stateside, we are going to be doing a lot of really cool stuff together. And I need to change the logo so it's not just me, as you can see with the logo up here in the corner, my little cartoon chick. I need to have something, and I'm thinking crow because crow is his animal totem, as well as one of my guides' name is Dancing Crow. So we're thinking about something along those lines, but I'm looking for a new logo to really do an impactful presentation. So awesome. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Yeah, it's my new toy. It really is. It really is. Okay. A pillow. I love that. Renee's like, a pillow, use a pillow. I've tried using a pillow on my husband, but he keeps breathing through it, so I must not have the right pillow. In my defense, that's a joke. Okay. It's a true joke, but it's a joke. And if you ask Sam about the pillow story, oh, he'll tell you. And I never really held it down over his face. The question is, did he die? Oh, God. I'm surprised he's not on here because he would be talking about it. He'd be talking about it. Okay, moving on. Have Dancing Crow. Holding a crow, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. The other stage, you want to do that to your hubby? Who doesn't? All right, let's do Peppa Alana. Oh, Peppa Alana. I'm sure I didn't. Like, we haven't seen Sam online in a couple days. Where'd he go? He's at work. I swear. I swear. Okay, Peppa Alana. I would love it if you'd work on your solar plexus. Your center of creativity is your well of intuition. When you can ignite colors into your life, and that's really what they want you to do. They want you to find color. They want you to bring colors into your life. I don't care whether you paint, use pencils, whatever you do, if you sew or whatever, I really bring some color into your life because you are on the cusp of clairvoyance. If you're not clairvoyant and you pay attention to it, you're going to notice that when you start to do Zentangle or buy an adult coloring book, I don't care how you do it, but bring in some energy and because that's what you're doing. When you're creating color, you're doing color therapy for yourself, and you are creating a new energy. So, not creating a new energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It always has been, always will be, blah, blah, blah. So, science, science, science. But I would love for you to bring in this color, because if you do that, what you're doing is you're refreshing all of your chakra systems, and you are rejuvenating your personal energy. Your personal power is what they want you to do. And as you do that, you're going to start to notice that there's things that you pick up on intuitively that are amazing. because your energy really is amazing. It has a wonderful healer's energy to it. I don't know what you do, but you should be working in energy, definitely. Absolutely. Okay, moving on. 2 or more crows is called a murder. I'll have to tell Sam that. I love that man. You guys know I do. You guys know. Uh, I love him. Okay, let's do Sita Ward. I'm supposed to pull Sita a card. I'm supposed to pull Sita a card. And then Aaron. I'm supposed to pull Aaron a card. Woo! See that? This, come on. Honestly. There are days, you guys, that it doesn't matter. The energy is just flow. The energy is just flow, and that is it. You guys, I sit here and I shuffle these cards while I sit here, and then sometimes they just keep popping out. Okay? Because the energy is there. So what is it that you're giving yourself a hard time about, Sita? What do you feel like you're not maybe achieving as efficiently as you feel like you should? I need you to give yourself not such a hard time, girl. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a break and enjoy the little victories that roll around your way, because every one of those is sacred, and every one of those creates a sense of connection and enlightenment and love and joy. And how do we get to our angels and our guides and get in divine intervention? We create those energies that elevate our energy and our vibration up to the angels, up to not just the angels, but our guides and all the things that we want to be in connection with. So give yourself a credit here and there daily and bring yourself up to that energy, because I feel like you're doing this roller coaster thing a little bit. Yep. Pump it up. Pump up the jam. Bump it up. Child of the 80s, 90s. What is it? 90s? Salt and pepper. Okay, moving on. Aaron, that's right. I said Aaron. You put some Duran Duran on and I'm in heaven. Heaven. Okay, Aaron. Anticipation. You know, you have a lot of different changes going on in your life, and I need to tell you that as you are setting yourself in front of them, you also have to make sure you're doing it the way that's going to bring about the energy to work most effectively and efficiently for you. If you are laying things out instead of living in the joy of that moment, or if you are having a hard time feeling the connection, you need to reevaluate what you are working on, how you're working on it, and why the connection may not feel as authentic, the word they're using, as it should. So make sure you are finding your soul center and living in deeper service. I don't know what they're talking about. They're basically going, it's okay to do one thing, but you've got to expand. You've got to expand. Got to expand. And also, I need to tell you that working in the left brain, getting tons of information together is great. It's wonderful and all of that, but make sure you're working in the right brain. The right brain is where you really receive connection. Okay, moving on. Salt and pepper tea. Her name is Rio. Absolutely. You want to get me in a good mood? Throw on some Duran Duran. And I know it sounds so stupid, but I do love Duran Duran. And it was, it's just childhood, you know, nostalgia. Nostalgia. All right. I'm going to put you guys right here for a second. I'm going to take like a 2-minute intermission. It's either I have to take a 2-minute intermission, not even 2 minutes, or I have to go offline. So I'm not ready to go offline yet. So I'm going to do this. Oh my goodness, it went black. It went black and it stopped. Seven and the Ragged Tiger. Her name was Lola. Her name was Lola. Lola. Yeah, I don't know. I think I know that one. Intermission. I need one that says intermission. I don't do that very often. I don't have to stop and run around and do what I've got to do. Um, Sometimes we just have to take an intermission. When we drink this much water, we need an intermission every once in a while, guys. Okay. Tiger, tiger. I went to the bathroom. Where did you go? I ran to the restroom. She was a dancer. I'm really pulled of course, I'm a child of the 80s, so I love the 80s music. But I'm really pulled to 50s music as well. Elvis Presley, I have an affinity for Elvis, and I'm not like a fangirl, but I feel like I've worked with him actually in the beginning of his career. So it's just a weird connection. So, oh, thank you. I've had this energy. Well, no, I was gonna say I've had this energy since I was young. No, actually, I haven't. I've had this energy for like 10 years, 12 years now. 12 years. I used to be really depressing. I was a Debbie Downer. I was very depressing. I had all sorts of icky energy. You just say, no. Okay, Kelly McCormick, for your humor, let's see. Kelly, I want to say make sure you are paying attention to your ears. The reason I say that is I feel like you might have a Save a Prayer, one of my favorite songs. I feel like you might start to encounter a sensitivity to loud noises or high-pitched sounds. So just make sure you're paying attention to that. And if something is bothering you, turn it down. And I'm not even kidding, because right now it seems as if resonations are wonky, and this is on an upswing for you for some reason. And what it does is, yeah, no Debbie Downers. You are opening up a little bit more clairaudiently, where your guides are like, look at, they're paying attention. Let's give them some more information. What happens when you do that is we start listening for things, and then our ears really are really, really sensitive. I also want to say that this goes with energetic systems that are resonating on the earth and outside the galaxy, in the galaxy as well. So I've noticed personally in the last month that my ears are so sensitive, and I've got like bat hearing anyways, where I could hear, when we owned the salon, we had a 3,500 square foot day spa, hair dryers going, people working on nails, all sorts of stuff going on. I could hear from my desk, which was on the very far wall, all the way to the other side with all that going on. I have like incredible hearing, but recently my hearing is very sensitive, where it has to do with the resonations and the vibrations going on around the earth right now. So pay attention to your hearing. Don't sit and suffer. Make sure you turn it down. Bottle that energy and give me some. If I could bottle this, you guys, I talked to somebody about this earlier today. If I could bottle this stuff, I'd make a lot of money. I don't know. And you know what? I think I'm making an executive decision. I think my husband's taking me to dinner tonight. Wasn't that quick? Like really quick. Here, I'm going to tell him. So anyhow, no, I'm not. I'll let him be. You have hearing with ringing that doesn't stop. Yeah, it's been really, this recent month and a half, 2 months has been just crazy. Higher pitches now, absolutely. Yours has been muffly. See, this is how. Here's really entertaining. Here is how diverse this can be, you guys. I have no idea why when I started doing this way. I went and took some mediumship classes because I said to myself, I really enjoy my psychic work, but I'm not a medium. Now, not every psychic is a medium, but every medium is a psychic. Sam does deserve seafood. You are so totally right. Look at that. Did you see that? Ooh. So what I was doing was telling myself, I was setting myself limits. I wasn't able to do mediumship. And on my first or second class, what I realized was, holy crap, I didn't have any problem bringing mediumship information across, which was great. Okay, great. I still don't offer it as a service because I get myself all keyed up and I have performance anxiety about it. Because I never, ever want to disappoint anybody when if I don't bring somebody across that they wanted to hear from, that would hurt my heart and their heart, and I have a hard time with that. So, and I should just let it go to my guides. I know, blah, blah, blah. I got it. I know. And so anyhow, when I hear something mediumship on the left and I have a mediumship energy pushing on me, it's muffled. When I have something coming psychically, it's more high pitched. When I have somebody I know is intuitive and a clairaudient sitting in front of me and I can tell them what their gifts are, I get the pressure right here on both equally. So it's really interesting how our guides segment things so that we can understand it more clearly. They're like, this is mediumship, this is psychic, this is clairaudient. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go ahead and do this. Who would like to know what your clair is? We were talking about this earlier. Someone's like, well, how do you translate what you do? And I said, well, I don't know. I just feel like my guides, I tortured this one intuitive so badly about what my clairs were going to be. My guides were like, let's let her know what people's clairs are. So that's one of my things that I am able to channel, is to let you know what your guides want you to know your clairs are. So before I do that, look at you guys. Hey, tell me how I'm incredible. Okay, here. Oh, and George, I love George Carlin. Okay, so here's the link. This link, if you guys have a hard time, where did it go? Okay, if you have a hard time meditating or feeling as if you're connected, look at you guys, connecting to your guides, because connecting to our guides really, really is the most amazing thing we can do. You guys, it really just is. And when we create that connection and we have that first connection for the first time, we just go, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. I've never been alone. I've never been alone. So, yeah, gone. Shit, I forgot what I was saying. So, oh, I do know. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about who has what clairs, and how this works is I'm given information in the form of sensations. So when you see me do this and I'm talking to somebody, it's because they get a lot of clairaudient information. I know they're clairaudient. When I get feeling here, I know they're clairvoyant. This is angel communication. Clairsentient. And claircognizant is sometimes I'll get a stomach ache or something along those lines. So I will start going through, and I'm going to give you your one major clair. Okay. Now, do you just have one clair? No. We have so many different gifts when we become open to them, you guys. I also want you to know that each and every one of you have the ability to bring these across. Okay. But that being said, anything that comes past your lips is not you. We are not clairdelusional. Somebody said this to me in a class. They're like, there is another clair. It's called clairdelusional. Being the person that feels like everything that they do is them. What we do is we are the hollow bone. We're the hollow reed. We are the conduit. That's all we are. Whether we're doing healing, channeling, mediumship, psychic work, all of it. It is all just passing information across. Good night, Erin. What makes some people more exceptional or makes some people more gifted, if you want to call it that, is they have learned how spirit translates through them to get a message across. That is why we take classes, to know how to make this happen. I have classes starting up again in another month, you guys. Maybe not even another month. I'm working on it. So that's the other thing. If you guys sign on to the newsletter, you're going to know that's the newsletter. link, you'll know when the next class is coming. So when I tell you you're Claire, I want you to engage your imagination. When, she's just gone off. When we are working towards developing intuition, it is good to know, and I hear this so often, I don't know whether it was my intuition or whether it was my imagination. You cannot have one without the other. You can't. Your imagination is an accumulation of everything you've ever done in past life, present life, and future life. They're all going on at one time. Our concept of time is only right here. So all of these other things are going on right now. All these different absolute dimensions and all that. That's what our Akashic records are. So I hope you're engaging your imagination, because that is where you're going to get all of this stuff. That's, if you have an image come into your head, yay, use it. Try to figure out what your guides are trying to tell you. My first, I know, right? Revelation, what the hell? My first guide that successfully came across and gave me information did it through Disney movies. Because at that time in my life, my kids were little and they were watching Disney movies constantly. And my guides were like, she'll understand this. She'll understand. And I was sitting at a convention and I was talking to this lady and I'm like, I do not know why I need to say Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I just keep seeing this beautiful yellow dress and Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And I just feel like there's somebody that loves you and they want you to know that. And she goes, that's my grandpa. That's my grandpa. He used to call me Belle, and we would sit and watch Beauty and the Beast as he was declining in health, and he would watch it over and over and over because I wanted to watch it. And she was young, and she's like, he used to call me his Belle, and her name was Elizabeth or Arabella, or it was something not even close to it. So I am my imagination correctly. So when I tell you this, I want you to take it to bed. When you lay down to go to bed, be like, give me more information. I may not see you, I may not feel you, I may not hear you, but give me more information so that I may. And your guides will come in and help. You sing random songs. Absolutely. There's so much validity to singing random songs. Oh yeah. Guides love to come across with songs. So I'm scrolling up and seeing, oh no, that's my potty break. Let's gotta go back down. Okay, so here we are. Let's start with Sarah Tyler is clairaudient. I can rip through these really quickly, you guys. The reason I just did all that pre-talk is because I want you guys to go to bed this evening and ask your guides for more information. This is kind of like shotgun cards, but with intuition, okay? And I've asked my guides to come in and just give me information quickly so I can go through here and give you information. If you have more questions, message me, about classes or whatever, however you want to develop. So Sarah Tyler, clairaudient, absolutely 100%. Your internal dialogue is profound. Caitlin, I want to talk about clairaudient, not clairaudient, angel communication, higher vibrations, extraterrestrial, as well as clairalience, which is lesser known, but it is a sense of smell to pick up on the smell of deceased individuals that are trying to give you information. Stephanie Weirs. Stephanie Weirs, empath, definitely a clear knowing of this person's a piece of crap, we don't want to be around them kind of thing. That's not always 100% for you for some reason. I'm not quite sure, but they're like, it's spotty at times, but definitely an empath. High anxiety. If you're around other people that have high anxiety levels, you'll pick up on that. So you need to learn to take care of that. Moving on. Let's see. I know he's already gone. Jill. Oh, Jill, you pick up on, we had this discussion earlier, so this isn't even fair. Empathic, but claircognizant as well. You'll pick up other people's illnesses if you hang around them too long and you're not blocking and realizing. Jamie Ellen. I want to say that in this, that you've been a shaman in past lives. You're definitely a natural healer. My crown chakra is lit up, but I hear my soul song and I see a wolf animal totem right out the gate for you. So they're showing me a lot of shamanic tradition in your background. So definitely a healer and clairaudient. Lisa Gomez, clairaudient, clairvoyant, and angel communication. This is like going through Akashic Records. Let's see. Deb Lashbrook. I do see you guys on YouTube. It's sometimes I don't see pictures. That's okay. Deb Lashbrook. I would like to talk first about what is it? We're talking about your third eye. Oh, okay, that's different. Hindu past lives. You have some Hindu past lives, and you've also been through some mystery schools. They're talking about deeper knowledge and mysteries, and clairaudient and clairvoyant as well. You guys will hear clairaudient and clairvoyant a lot. Amy Trawick is clairaudient because they are the strongest clairs generally. You have the lesser clairs between clairaudient, voyant, and clairsentient, which is empathic, words are hard. Being an empath, because all that emotion comes flooding in. Those are the hardest. Actually, empathy is the hardest. Being an empath is the hardest to control. Patricia Janke, it's because you're clairaudient and you haven't figured out how to translate that yet. Lori Spears, you could actually clear channel. They talk about a clear channel of the use of vocal to bring influence upon others with words. I'm not quite sure what they're talking about, but it's almost as if someone's speaking for you. So it's a clear channel as well as clairaudient as well. Sammy Joe Boylan, same with you. You have an influence on people when you speak. They like to listen to your voice, and clairaudient as well. That seems to go hand in hand. Carla Garrett. Carla, I want to say clairaudient, but also claircognizant. Claircognizant is where you can feel other people's pain, so pay attention to that. Somebody may be going, oh, I've got such a headache, and 5 minutes later you have a headache, or a stomach ache, or somebody across the country that you know is not feeling well, and you call them and you're like, oh, you're sick, I don't feel very well either. Claircognizant. Okay, moving on. Robin Herbert. I don't even know how long this list is, you guys. We're just going to roll with it. Robin Herbert. You have dynamic clairs, clairsentient, which is empathic, voyant, and auditory. Yeah, okay. Moving on. I think I did. Only say once. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Heidi Leister. My pillow. Most uncomfortable chair ever. First of all, Heidi, I want to talk about being a starseed. When we're a starseed, we have energies that reach well past into the past, and create a higher vibration, which also creates an easier pathway to communicate with angels and extraterrestrials. So that is something you could do, was actually communicate with and channel angels. I know, weird, right? Okay, Bradley Leister. Clairvoyant, great imagination. If you ignite some of your own, if you work with color, or if you do any color therapy, you'll find that you have a lot more success, because you are kind of running into a brick wall. Because I think maybe when you were early and young in life, you might have run into something that scared the crap out of you, maybe, because it just feels like there's a wall there. So, Pam Lowe. Hi, Pam Lowe. Let's see. Pam, I want to say I see a lot of animals for you. So for me, this is what I would pick up on. This would be empathic, but clairaudient as well, and a connection to the animal realm, where you probably could do animal communication. So you don't get to hear me say that very often. That's pretty cool. Sammy, I've done you. Jenna Morrison. The first thing I pick up is channeling. I pick up a clear voice, a movement of the throat chakra, and creating influence. But there's different pathways for that to come through as well. So I feel like there's a lot of staring off into space, and that is that mommy muggle brain, and that is that theta brain wave. So for clairvoyance and clairaudience as well, but you have a wonderful capacity to fall into trance, which is really cool. Okay. Also, that's a shamanic type of thing as well, so that I would call it shamanic past lives in your Akashic as well. Amy Treywick. Angel communication with heavy leaning on protection with Archangel Michael. He definitely comes in to watch over your energy a lot, because I feel like you're struggling to get some messages through that. I get this clairsentient, but struggling with some things. So you have a lot of different things that are creating diversity within clairs for you. Nancy Bulliard. Nancy, I'm so excited. I haven't even told Sam yet that we're going to go looking for a Lemurian crystal for you. I haven't even told him. He's going to be super excited. We're going to go. There's a store here on the island that we purchased my new Lemurian crystal through, and it's sitting over there. I'm not going to go grab it, but the dang thing is like this big. It's huge, and they are the people that own the store are actually friends with mine in Brazil, and they're called Diamonita Lemurian crystals. So she's like, we get to go shopping for Nancy. I'm super excited. Okay, Nancy. Clairvoyant, girl, you need to trust yourself more. You need to really trust yourself more, because you're clairaudient as well. Jamie Ellen. Jamie Ellen. Did I do you already? Jamie Ellen. Clairaudient. With heavy leaning on angels, by the way. Dutchy Love. Clear energy channel of healing with clairaudient and clairalience as well. Also claircognizant of other people's illnesses. Angie Price. How many more do I have? Wow. Wow. Okay, let me go back up. Okay, let me see. Where are we at? Did I miss it? Nope. Nope. I'm looking. Wow, I got lost within the feed. I'm totally lost within the feed. Okay, that has to be me. Classic me. Yep. How am I so lost? How am I so lost? Okay. I know that was there. No, it's like they've moved. What in the heck? I don't even see. Okay, so I'm going to go here because I know I called a name and now I don't see, and I can't find myself in the feed. I shouldn't have touched anything. Stephanie Ware says, can you talk about empath and what clair is that? Being an empath is clairsentient. Clairsentient is the hardest clair to deal with because most people walk through life and we don't even realize that we're gifted. I mean, did you grow up having people say, "Wow, you're so gifted. You're an amazing individual. You're divine. You're amazing." Or do we hear, "Keep your nose to the grindstone. Stay in school. Be, of course we want to stay in school anyways, but be practical, no imaginary friends, time to let go of your stuffed animals, time to be practical and think about this and that and this and that." And what we do is we don't realize that we're exceptional and we start to walk through life. And if you're a clairsentient and empath and you're very diverse at it, you can pick up other people's information in the form of emotions. You're really great and you actually know that human resources offices will hire people that are known clairsentients, empaths, to work in HR departments. So they really do. They really do. Because they're a good judge of character. But what happens is without the proper training on how to take care of yourself energetically, block other people's garbage, people start to stumble through life and they get medicated. Not to say this is all cases, okay, not at all. But they find that they have extreme energy fluctuations and they can't keep an even keel. So a lot of people will turn to pharmaceuticals or even alcohol or addictions to try and manage this feeling. So if we had been raised knowing that we are incredible and we are these radars that pick up other people's emotions and that we're supposed to be linked together in this manner, life would be different. But instead, this is the hardest clair to handle because we are raised to feel that we are muggle. It really makes it difficult. It really does. Okay. Okay, I'm up in the pillows, so I know I was talking about pillowing Sam. All right. I have missed so many comments, you guys. I just, ground, shield, protect. Ground, center, shield, protect. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys, when we are, other people's garbage is the hardest. Um, yeah, it is when you are struggling, call in Archangel Michael. I don't care if you feel him or not. I don't care if you see him or not. This is where our spiritual trust comes in, you guys. Trust that if you call an angel or a higher energy or a guide to come help you, they're gonna come help you. What do you think else they have to do? This is what they do. They're our safety net. Absolutely our safety net. So, if you are in doubt of whether your feeling is yours or not, I also recommend a pendulum. I recommend a pendulum. Yeah, Michael gets you right. Michael's awesome. If you are sitting there and you're going, I don't know if this is me, I don't know if it's somebody else, use a pendulum. And I actually had to do this earlier. And we can do a pendulum class. I mean, I'm getting ready to start back up the not late bloomers, the weekly intuitive class. If you guys are not members of the weekly intuitive class, I've been really quiet about it for a long time because I was overwhelmed with so many other things. But we do a free small weekly class just to give you some information on things that might interest you. And it's really seriously the simplest name for a Facebook group, weekly intuitive class. Go join it. We'll do a pendulum class. There's actually one in the videos there already. There's a year's worth of stuff there. So if I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure out whether something is mine or not, I'll use my pendulum. Thank you. I'll use my pendulum to tell me whether an emotion is mine or not. And they are amazing. They are amazing. So we'll do a small pendulum class if you guys are interested. Weekly intuitive class. It's a Facebook group. And it is about figuring out if it is yours or not. And you can ask your pendulum. You don't have to have this either. You can do it internal, holding an internal pendulum. It's in my hand. It's my intention that I will get a correct answer. Which way is it going? And you follow your guidance. You follow your intuition. Muscle testing is another great way to do it. So when there's so many different ways to discover. You want one of those. Oh my God, I want one of those. Want a what? Can you influence the pendulum with what you want? Absolutely. This is not woo-woo. This is not woo-woo. This is based on science. This is your body can be the pendulum with muscle testing. This is actually in muscle testing is science as well. So this works on microfirings in the brain with our higher self, because our higher self already knows the answer. What scientists call it is our brain, okay? The depths of our brain. You have to go into this with a blank mind. You cannot be invested in the outcome, okay? You have to be like, oh, look at how pretty it is over there. Yeah, I need to know an answer to this. It's really gorgeous outside. And ask your question. Mine is really, oh, this is, I didn't have a pendulum down here. This is my, I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a story that goes with this. It's not going to do it. This is my Metatron's cube that I made it for people that haven't watched me very long. I'm also a silversmith. I haven't been making jewelry in about a year. So after Christmas, I will, or maybe right before Christmas, I'll start making jewelry again. But you can find that on Facebook under Mystic Cowgirl Jewelry. But it's just one of my pieces. This is my own personal piece because this was my aha moment with Archangel Metatron, where he come in and say, right? Metatron come and brought a 2x4, and he said, Lisa's gonna listen. And I had been burning up silver because I had a new torch, and I was burning up silver, and I was so ready to quit doing silver work. I was so frustrated. And he's like, oh no, we're going to do that. And so I woke up and he said, this is what we're going to do. And it fell together so quickly that I was amazed. And I went, ooh, Sonia, no, this one's not for sale, sweetheart. This is not for sale. This is my own personal piece. But I do have, Laura Keating, I whipped out another one kind of like this, but not quite like this. And boy, I'll tell you what, within 5 minutes, that thing was sold. I was like, damn, guys. But when I get my tools back, when I have my bench back, I will be putting out jewelry. Anyways, you test with questions you know the answer to. Yeah, you do. Anyways, we will do a weekly intuitive class on pendulum work. Go to weekly intuitive class on Facebook. You'll find it. It is, there's so much more to that story, Lori. You just don't even know. I mean, he hits hard with a 2x4. When Metatron is trying to get his point across and you are not listening, he can be very pushy. Now, he's not going to push you to make you do anything, but he is going to come in with information that you go, oh, no, it should not be it's not a raffle. It's not a raffle. It's a what? And no, that's not in the raffle. It's not a raffle. Yeah. A 2x4. He gets you with a 2x4. He gets you with a 2x4, and I am not even kidding. That little cartoon that's up at the corner, that's 2x4 therapy. That's what that is. Oh yeah, Metatron thinks I'm stubborn. I've argued with him and that's why I get headaches. It really is. If I disagree, giveaway. It's a giveaway, a monthly giveaway. You guys don't want to miss the monthly giveaway. I'm so jealous. I really, really am jealous. I swear this is what happened. I swear Sam was going, oh, Lisa said she really, really liked that. Maybe I'll buy some of those to give away. Remember the pillow? Remember the pillow? This is why. No. Anyways, you guys. Renee says, Metatron's been coming through to me a lot lately. I love Metatron's energy. I hear a lot, squirrel. I hear a lot of people say that he is very stern. I'm sorry, I did get off the Claire's, and I'm sorry. I hear that Metatron. I hear people say Metatron is very stern. Here's what I can say: your guides and angels are going to come to you in the very best way for you to understand and associate with them. Oops, giveaway. Yeah. If I'm going to associate with a more fun-loving Metatron that's playful, he's going to come to me that way. If somebody else is going to need that shoring up spiritually, that they're like, you must do this to feel successful. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he bought me one, Leslie. I don't think so. Then he's going to come across in that manner for you. But for me, he comes across as the ward cleavers of the angels, because actually Archangel Metatron is not an archangel. He is a step above Archangel. He is actually the voice of divine God, the divine source. He's the translator, and he also keeps the angels moving in the right direction. He's like a shepherd. So how do we know it's Metatron? He usually comes in with sacred geometry. For me. Now, that's just me. I mean, everybody is a little bit different. But for me, he prefaces coming in and showing me sacred geometry. And he says, this is what we're working on today. And I go, ooh. And generally, when things like that happen, and I get up in the morning and I tell Sam, and I'm like, this is what I had come across, and it's really profound. And then all of a sudden, I start getting baseball bat therapy or 2x4 therapy. One morning, I think 4 times in a row, we got up. I told him about something that was going on, Sam, and I told him what Metatron says, and we sat down and we were watching television, and 4 facts came across that Metatron had given me. And I was like, whoa, shit. How do you not pay attention? How do you not pay attention? Renee says, I get really warm and flushed when he comes through for me. Yes, there's physical things like that. Yes, I know that when I'm working with Metatron and I'm consciously reading, I get this right here. I get a rub on my nose. You used to get warm when he came through too. Wow, Amy, I love that. She had a wolf come up to her in shamanic meditation and put his head against her forehead and didn't leave until the end of meditation. That's amazing. That's amazing. I do love that. Also, I want to say that with this new thing that we're going to be talking about on the 15th, by the way, here's how you can join it. That's going to take you to the newsletter. If you haven't joined, make sure you're in on it, because the giveaway is all the information for that will be in there. What else do we have going on? I will be doing guided meditations that you guys can download on a regular basis. We're going to be offering some mentorship so that you feel helped, community. So I love hearing that, Jenna. You know, I really do. We have the most dynamic and uplifting, and Ellie's guiding light should be sleeping, because I know for a fact that it is 2:56 in the morning in Ireland, because her and I have our times down. But hello, Ellie. But we have the most group of dynamic and incredible individuals that log on. I just every day feel so very blessed and so very enlightened by knowing the people. And look how much we learn off of each other. Everybody is throwing out their experiences, and my experience is mine, and yours is going to be yours, and everybody in between is going to have their own unique experience, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. Look at everybody's like, Ellie, what are you doing? What are you doing, Ellie? So actually, I was talking to Ellie this evening, and one of the things I want to be doing on the new community that we're building is we are going to be doing interviewing an intuitive once a month, and we're also going to be interviewing a member a late bloomer once a month as well. So I want to hear from people that are experienced out there working and sharing their experiences. And then we also want to hear people that are just starting out, because you know what? There is so much to learn from both aspects of your journey. There really are. And yeah, Ellie's guiding light, you guys. Go check her out. So we're going to be doing a lot of different stuff. And it has had me on edge a little bit just because the technical start. You guys see my technical difficulties. I'm just so excited. Look at this, Ellie. Look at this, Ellie. Watch, watch, watch. Watch this. Oh gosh, isn't that funny? Oh gosh, that just cracks me up. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. The brownie woke you up. I wasn't going to mention the brownie. I wasn't going to. Here, let me drink my water and eat my celery. Anyhow. Oh gosh. You work in human resources. It really does. It is not, I've heard of it multiple times where intuitives are like, yeah, they hired me because I was basically in tune, and they searched them out for that. We are always learning. Okay, ba-boom. Okay, so you've been blocked by fear. I was actually talking to somebody today about letting fear come in and block gifts. And here's what I mean. Here's what I got to tell you. You know what? Here's a great thing. How old were you guys when you realized you were an intuitive? 38 years old here. 38. I want numbers. But when we are letting fear gather together and block our intuition, what is it that we're, it's really like Bewitched. Poop. What is it that we're afraid of? Because if it's your angels, that's nothing to be afraid of. They're wonderful energies. And if it is higher ascended masters, nothing to be afraid of. The only thing that freaks me out in this life is humans. Honestly, humans, the most destructive, angry critters on the face of the planet. When it comes to energy, sure, we have things that are stuck and hauntings and stuff like that. Christine Sybil, you're gifted. Get over it. You're gifted. I know you are. But you're gifted. But when we have energies that are stuck, it depends on how long they're here. Show them some compassion, some love. We talked about an energy today, and I'm not going to even go into it because it was somebody's personal session, but they had a fear of some primal energies, and it's actually an angel that is perceived darkly. And we talked about the beauty within the darkness, because if you start to look at this from a different perspective, as possibly, let's go with death, look at it from the perspective of the other side, and this is somebody that would be gathering individuals to bring them into the light and let them see how divine and loved they are. And what a they get stones cast at them because they're perceived one way, when in actuality they're doing a whole different job. So it's our perception that brings in fear, when it could be absolutely somebody else, or something else. So it's all about how we look at things. Okay, I was trying to be very PC. Sonia was like, that was me. You can lay it out there. I'm okay with that. It is about perception. It's about perception. When you realize nothing is really going to hurt you and you let it go, the most amazing things come across. Just really do. Okay. Christine, it'll come. It'll come. It'll come. Yes, that's true. And you know why? This is really interesting. Jenna Morrison says awareness of gifts can appear in 7-year cycles. You know what else happens in 7-year cycles? A total body chemical change within the body. Every 7 years, our body chemistry shifts. The only reason I know that is because when I did nails, I had been working with so many people for so long in the shop that I had been doing their nails that long and would be like, oh, look, it's that time. It's 7 years. And you really do notice that the chemical change in the body affects the emotional change, creates emotional changes within the body, creates energetic changes in the body, which shifts our perception. It's all connected. It's all science. It's all science. It's just there. It's just there. Okay. Okay, guys. You support openness. Always be quiet, kind of. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. You know, our chemical system in our body very much influences our energetic system in our body. If we're in pain, it influences our connection, which is kind of why I wasn't on last week. That little guy that did that massage on me, whew, he hurt me. It took me days to get over it where I could even sit back in a chair. So, I mean, when we are blocked with pain and emotional issues and, you know, all this physicality, it kind of creates roadblocks. You used to talk over time. I was wondering about that. I saw you said you had a twin and I was like, huh. Yes, different foods, different sensitivities, all sorts of stuff. And Ellie's right. Darkness isn't always wrong. We need to feel the darkness to see the light. If you don't give the other kind of darkness energy, it won't feed it as much. Mm-hmm. I will say hi to Sam. Christine, I'm sending you tons of love. Tons of love. Yeah, the massage hurt, but I had these knots in my shoulder blades for quite a while. And yeah, and I have to go back next Friday and I'm kind of scared. I'm scared. Oh, you know what? I'm going to throw we have Ellie's guiding light on here. She's always amazing. Janet was on here. I think it's Mishlak. And I want to throw out Tammy Manzo for North Node Venus astrology as well. We have a very diverse astrological year, and she is amazing, you guys. She's amazing. North Node Venus astrology, Tammy Manzo. Highly recommend her. Yes, that's right. And there's an astrological change too. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go get changed because my husband doesn't know he's taking me to dinner yet. So maybe I'll take him to seafood. I'll be a nice wife. And if he's watching me, I'll be ready with bells on, baby. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Lisa and I both offer beginner classes. Yeah, Ellie and I are doing a joint reading on Monday at 10:30 my time, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. Oh, time zones, man. 3:30 Central, I think. Anyways, so it is 10:30 in the morning, Hawaii time. Plug it into the computer. It'll give you the right time. But Allie and I are going to do a joint reading and discussion this upcoming Monday. And if I'm correct, right, Ellie? Is that the right day? Am I a Scorpio? No, I'm a Pisces. Squirrel. I am very much a Pisces. Okay. I'm waiting for Ellie to reply. Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Yes, I'm sorry. It's Wednesday. So next Wednesday, I'm going to make a little thing for it and put it up online so she can share it as well. And we'll get together. We're going to sit and talk about a bunch of stuff. And I know Sam's probably rolling his eyes. And you know what's really funny is somebody was telling me today that they just can feel Sam's energy when he comes on. And that man will swear up and down that he is not an intuitive. He just will. It's because he's a guy, you know. We all know he is. And he knows he is, but he's just a pain. That's why he gets the pillow therapy. Pillow therapy. No, he doesn't. You're a Taurus? Yeah. Okay. I'll do more clairs next time. I will, I swear. Every once in a while we start running through stuff and then I totally got lost in my feed. So anyhow, I gotta go get changed, throw some makeup on so I look like a normal person, and get ready to take my husband for some seafood. He's gonna like that. So, all right, guys, find love, be joyful, feel divine because you are, and I will talk to you next time. Many blessings. I love you. I'm going to go get my bells on. I love y'all. And I appreciate you guys being such an incredible community of intuitives and late bloomers and incredible, incredible people. So